Well, just got back from a trip, got a chance to go to Alaska. Anybody ever been to Alaska before? Anybody been to Alaska before? Well, I've seen it. And so, if you get a chance to go, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm thinking Eskimos and polar bears, and it was 75 degrees, and it really wasn't that bad. It was really good, very picturesque, a lot of great pictures, good times to see, and so we really enjoyed ourselves, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have traveled. I know others have traveled during the summer. Who else has gone someplace? Anybody traveled? I know Sister River just got back. Your trip up went okay? No, it's no joke. It's a trip. It's 11 hours to Memphis, Tennessee from Abilene, Texas. Ask me how I know. I've done it a couple of times. Yes, Sister White.
It's also 11 hours from Abilene, Texas to Denver.
There you go. So if those are trying to make a map quest, just understand it's 11 hours from.
I just made that figure.
So, yeah. All right, here's a trivia. Anywhere else from here to 11 hours? No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. So. Anybody else taking a trip? Anybody else going anywhere? Or planning to go anywhere? All right, very good. Now, when I got back, I did something foolish. Anybody ever do something foolish? Nobody's ever done anything foolish? After Sunday service, I went home, and they said, there's a bee's nest in the outside. We need to take care of the bee's nest. And I said, man, bee's nest. Is there one thing I can't stand? Is bees. I don't like bees. Can you take care of it? Yeah, I did. So I got the ladder out. I didn't take my suit off. Had my jacket off, and I went out there to get on the ladder to go knock the bee's nest off, like the man that my family should be, knock it off. And I climbed up the ladder. Sister Naomi, the bees came out. So, man, I stepped down a little bit. I fell completely off the ladder into the flower bed. The ladder fell down on top of me. My ankles twisted. My elbows all scratched up. Got bruises all on my back. And the only one thing I can think of, you know what I'm thinking about, Eric? I can't play golf tomorrow. That's the only thing I thought about. I can't play golf tomorrow.
Is there footage?
Is there footage? No. And after I got that facial from Linda, she put on Facebook that Rakita happened to show everybody. No, there was no photographs. So, anyway, all the pain, Brother Joseph, and everything, hobbling, trying to grab the ladder, blood everywhere. I can't play golf. So, pray for my healing and recovery, so we don't get back to my balance. All right, enough jokes and everything. So, we're in chapter 4 of, go ahead, Sherry, belabor the point. Go ahead.
If the bees are still there, I know a gentleman that can come and get them for you.
Great, give me the name and number afterwards,
Yes.
because I just want that electricity. I don't change plugs out anymore either, so that's, I got shocked, that ain't happening no more. I mean, there's somebody that's paid to do that, and it's not me. Okay, great. So make sure to get a name and number for that. Thank you. Chapter 4 of the book, God's Love Name, Purpose, Discovering Purpose as it is. That's what we've been looking at in chapter 4. And we're going to read on page, the last actual chapter, the last actual entry before we go into chapter 5 is what Brother Jackson wanted us to review tonight. So we'll do that. Has anybody noticed, I saw something today on Facebook, and I know Brandon had done it, not to put Brandon on the spot, but have you seen that new app that just came out that you see how old you're going to be? How long is it, Brandon? Is it like 20 years later, what you look like?
Mine was 700 years later.
Now, yeah. So anyway, if you haven't seen it, you do an app. I guess you take a picture of yourself, and it shows you what you're supposed to look like 25 years at least. I mean, I saw Brandon's, and I said, wow, man.
I was at least 300, at least.
I said, okay. What's the fascination? What is the fascination for us to want to know what we're going to look like as we get older? I mean, people want to do this all the time. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm grateful, Eric, to be alive right now. Just enjoy the moment, right? I mean, my friends, I had other friends that did it, and I said, man, I don't know what I'm going to look like 25 years from now. I'm just grateful for right now. And my mom did this one time when I was a teenager. She came home, and I said, where have you been? She said, I went to the beauty parlor. At this time, she was about 30 years old. She had beautiful black hair. And I said, what happened? And her hair was gray. It was kind of white gray. And I said, what did you do? what do you think? And I said, why did you get your hair frosted? She goes, because I want to make myself look older. And I said, really? And I said, wow. And then when she got older, she went to the beauty parlor, and guess what she did then? She got her hair darkened. I said, why did you do that? She goes, well, because I want to look younger. Why are we fascinated? Why are we fascinated? Why can't we be settled on just what God has given us to be? You know, we always are trying to change. We're trying to look to see how old we are, how younger we be, what we look like this and that. Why can't we just be grateful for what God has given to us and be thankful for what He's done? Let's read a little bit of the Bible first before we get into chapter 4. Psalm 23. Let's just read for a few minutes and let's just read together the Word of God. And just enjoy what God has for us in His Word. Psalm 23. Let's just read together. And then we'll get into the chapter. 23rd Psalm. Most people should have this, I would think, by memory. Psalm 23. Eric, do you have that? Psalm 23.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
That's probably one of my favorite songs. It's the 23rd Psalm. Let's just talk for just a minute before we get into the book, just to kind of relate. I think sometimes we don't take time to read the Bible. I don't think sometimes we don't relax and just meditate on God's Word. What did you get from that passage? Let's just talk for a few minutes. 23rd Psalm. We've read this many, many times. What did you get from just those two passages of the 23rd Psalm? Let's just talk. Go ahead. This is Joe.
Yeah, I was in a fine situation when I lived in Mexico. I think I shared this before. And this was the first scripture that came to me.
I lived in Mexico City while I was attending nursing school, and this is the first song that came to me. This five guys, I was late at night, and I was walking by myself, and these five guys stopped. And the only thing I could do was just hold my arm and pray. And this was the song that I repeated until they took off, and I was able to get home safely. So this has been special for me always. Thank God for it.
God. Amen. Anybody else? 23rd Psalm. Let's just talk for a few minutes. Go ahead.
One thing that I remember about this is that it's always read when we're celebrating someone's life. You know, and to me, Psalm 23 is basically just telling you what God's promises are to you if you follow His word and do what you're supposed to do. I mean, the very first line to me is talking about that He wants a relationship with you. You know, when He tells that He about your soul, basically that He wants to provide healing for you. So, you know, it just has a big meaning throughout the whole scripture. So,
Very good. Very good. Anybody else? I visited a congregation on Sunday and we were studying the Lord's, or the 23rd Psalm, and I just always have loved this. So let's talk some more. Sister Elliott, let's just talk.
Well, I like the first line that says, "Lord is my shepherd." When you think about what a shepherd does, he provides the sheep with cool water, to drink, food to eat. He protects them. That's what God does for us. He does something for us.
We've been talking about prayer. We've been praying for one another for good health, for prosperity. Who actually provides this for us? It's a shepherd. It's a good shepherd. Who else? Let's keep talking. Go ahead. I feel like a talk show host. Okay.
For me, it's like he's always with me, no matter what trouble or what I'm going through.
Amen.
Go ahead, Sherry. The Lord is my shepherd, and what's the next part? I shall not what? Yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
The part that resonates with me is that, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, because he has consistently done that for me on more than one occasion. What someone else meant for evil turned out to be for my good. So I know that he's watching over me.
Very good. I shall not want. It's his wife. He has something.
The part that I think is significant for me is the rod of staff comforting me, being able to have guidance, because sheep aren't always the most
Agreeable.
sometimes they get, they wander off or different things like that, and they really are an animal that needs to be cared for.
Yeah.
There are some animals that are pretty self-sufficient, but I've never believed that sheep is one of those animals. And so I love that there's guidance. And sometimes there may be, with that rod and staff, there may need to be a little bit of admonishment to get back where we're supposed to be. But I love that we have that. And that the Lord has patience enough to guide us.
Very good. I'm so glad that he used the sheep analogy. I hate for it to be like a camel, or a turtle or anything like that. He used a sheep. There's a reason for that, Sheep have their own way about them. It's interesting. Let's keep talking. Just share the word. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in what? Green pastures. He leads me beside the what? Still waters. He what? He restores my soul. We got the memory down there. Where am I at?
He leads me in the path of righteousness.
He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of what? Death.
I will fear no evil.
I will fear no evil. For what?
You are with me.
Thou art with me. Let's talk some more comments. Let's share some more about 23rd Psalm. What else do you get from that? Just remember.
I like the part where it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I shall not fear no evil. When I went to Tennessee, my son and my daughter was supposed to go with me, but they didn't go, and I was so ready to go, so I just said, I'll take the Lord with me, and I can make it there and back. And I don't know about other people, but my mother has always told me to let the Lord hold your hand, don't try to hold his hands, because we have in Tennessee, let go. He's got to say that, so.
Very good. Any other comments? Great comments so far. Brother Pete.
When I read the Lord's Prayer or the Psalms, what I get out of this is a personal relationship. It says the Lord is mine. And when I look at this, when I say the Lord is my whole scriptures read, he is my shepherd. There's a personal relationship that no matter what I go through in life, will always be there with me.
Excellent. What we're learning too in this class, not only do we have a purpose that God created us for, but in everything we put our trust in what? In God, in our relationship. I may not have this, or this might not work out. Who are you going to trust? Put your faith in God. Okay, he leads me beside the still waters, he restores my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for what? Thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, that does what? Comfort me. Thou hast prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My head, my cup overflows. Now let this last part. Surely, when all else fails, when you think it's all going to end, that there's not enough money for the end of the month, whatever the situation is, surely goodness and what? Mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall what? Dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I just feel like sharing that this evening. Any other comments? Sometimes it's good just to what? Just to read the word. Mr. Lee? Any last comments? Go ahead. Ernie, make me exercise on my hand. Okay. I'm going to get it off.
No, I just wanted to share, Eric and I were sitting here before class started, and we were just, talking a little bit, and he made the comment that I had always been seeking, after God, and that's so true, because, I can tell you the day that I got baptized, and I can tell you exactly what went on when I got baptized. I'm pretty sure the preacher can too, because it was a wild event for me. But I got baptized nonetheless. But righteousness, I've been seeking after righteousness, because I had pretty wild childhood and into my early adulthood. I was off the chain. But here I am sitting in church today, because in my heart, that's what I'm seeking after, righteousness. By God being, the Lord being my shepherd, I'm in that line to get righteousness.
I think Maureen helped us understand too about the rod and the staff and the job and the responsibility of the shepherd. The shepherd leads. Yeah. The shepherd pulls people back at a dangerous location that you're going. And sometimes I've learned too in the history writings that the rod and the staff was used for discipline. Yeah. Sometimes something had to be broken, and carried. And so I could spend days just on that first scripture, the Lord is my shepherd, giving a clear picture on what God means for us in life.
I appreciate the responses from our brothers and sisters in class. I'm thinking about, I didn't want to go here, but I can't detach this thinking, because I'm thinking about my age and my experience, my age of being 33 years old, and hearing my brothers and sisters who are older, say something or relate to this passage that ties an experience, it ties in a story, it ties in a testimony, and not just something that we read, but there's an actual story that they can actually relate with this passage. For me, what's encouraging to me is verse 1 is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Being young, so many times, particularly peers my age and younger, feel like they always have to go out to go attain what they want to have in their life. They want to be successful in life. They got to go get it. Well, this passage starts right here. I got everything I need. Jesus is my Lord. He's provided what I need, so that I don't have any want. And that's actually comforting to me, being young. That helps to stabilize and humble, me and what God is doing in my personal life.
Very good. We read in the book of Titus, the older men teach the what? Younger men. And the older women do what? Teach the younger women. What are you teaching? What are you teaching? What are you sharing? Experiences? Wisdom? What God has done? Just exactly what Brother Mallet said. Your experiences. I was in this position, but God.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know what to do, but God.
Yes, sir.
I thought that all hope was lost, but God.
Right.
I didn't know which way to turn, Sister Sands, but God. I didn't know if I was making the right decision, D'Angelo, but God. I didn't know if I was telling my daughter the right thing to tell her. But you know what? But God.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to make it. I didn't know if I had everything I needed. But you know what? But God.
Yeah.
The Lord is my what? He's my shepherd. And so if we trust Him for every part of our life, shouldn't we trust Him for the purpose that He created us for?
Amen.
There should be no doubt. There should not be wandering. Should I be here? Should I do this? God's made it very clear, and He's leading and He's directing us. He's chosen us. He's given us giftedness. He's allowed us every opportunity. And yet sometimes we stand by and we go, I just don't know. You know.
Yeah, you know.
You know. If He's led you this far and He's blessed you, He'll continue to lead. I had somebody tell me one time, what's the benefit about being a Christian, Brother Shelby? What's the benefit about being a Christian? Is it that one day you're going to go to heaven? Is that it? No. How many people think they have the favor of God in their life? How many people believe that they have the favor of God in your life? What is the favor of God? I mean, putting you in opportunities, giving you opportunities to do certain things, granting you favor. That is a blessing about being a Christian. Any other comments about 23rd Psalm? Any more? And this has been a great discussion. Brother, maybe I was going to take a couple minutes. This has been good. Really, oh my gosh, today's class is going to be on the 23rd Psalm.
Well, one of the things that I didn't have a clear understanding about until much later in life was about the oil. And, we always read and expound on many other things, but I didn't understand what the oil was about. And knowing that, or what I've learned is that it has to do with protecting the sheep's eyes and like nose area from parasites. And just thinking about, again, another opportunity for protection from things that can cause us additional problems or irritants or cares of the world.
Yes.
And so I think about the things that can get in our eyes, the things that we can watch and be aware of, and screen time and things like that, and think about if we allow the anointing of the Lord to protect us, then we can have something like our senses, like our things that can distract us. We can get protection from that.
Wow, excellent. Somebody else had their hand up, I think. Vernon, did you have your hand? Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And to go along with that, he anoints our heads with oil as a, protection, and our cup runs over. So we'll never be without that protection because the cup's always full and running over. So as long as we stay with him, that protection is perpetual.
I always like that part too, where you talk about if there's a whole group and one gets away, does the shepherd let that one sheep go?
No. Thank you, Lord.
What about the majority? I got 98, one just left.
Thank you.
Let's forget about him. Don't worry about him. What does it teach us? Right? I mean, each one is valuable. And you know what? When you do your study, take Psalm 23 and look at John chapter 10. It talks about the shepherd, and he just goes in and talks about, how great he is and his love and his concern for us. And the reason I'm sharing this is I think it's so important for us as Christians, not only in discovering God's purpose for us in life, but to realize that from the very beginning, God loves us. God cares for us. There's sometimes I've screwed up backwards and forwards. I've made some bad choices and bad decisions. I've made a point sometimes where I think, if I was God, I'd just let Steve go. Have you ever felt that way? Am I the only one? Have you ever just felt that, if I was God and I would just discount this person altogether? But just like we talked about, if one gets away, he brings him back. Any other comments? I hope you like this. I'm really enjoying this. Any other comments? 23rd Psalm. Excellent. All right, let's do what we came here to do tonight. Chapter 4, and we'll do a little reading. How many have enjoyed thus far what we have been going through in regards to our study with God's purpose in mind? How many people have enjoyed it so far? Okay, we've made our way through chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, into the end of chapter 4. Remember the example that Brother Jackson mentioned to us about the mountain? What happened with the mountain? Sometimes we'll go to level what? 1, and then we do what? Come back down. And then we'll go from 1 to what? 2, and then we'll come back down to the ground level again. Why? Because we keep learning and building upon what we're learning. We don't just strictly go to the top. We kind of work our way. It's a gradual process. A couple comments about what you've learned so far especially in chapter 4, before we end there and go to chapter 5? A couple things that you've learned so far. Because we talked about giftedness, choosenness. What about those that you learned real quick? Does everybody have a gift? Does everybody have some type of giftedness? Okay. Quickly, what's a gift? Somebody has a gift. What is it? That would be quiet. All right. I was talking about just ourselves. You know, what giftedness did you have in yourself that you know that you had received from God? Based on the study. I've been going for a couple of weeks, but I'm assuming that we talked about this. Brother Jackson went over. What about giftedness that you remember from our study?
I just learned pretty much that as a child, I knew that I was I was a caregiver. I really didn't know that was one of the purposes or one of my gifts was to care for people. Because I started babysitting at a young age, and then around my age 15, I went to nursing home, the Abilene State School, assisted living, private setting, and so I've always been able to care for people. Even up until my mother's last 5 years of her life, I took care of her, the baby and stuff. So I've always been a caregiver, and I'm still, even as a substance abuse counselor, I'm still encouraging and caring for people, caring for their lives and their well-being. My job now at Oceans, I'm still caring for people. So that's, to me, that's one of my gifts. That's what I learned.
Okay. Because we talked about two different things, abilities and gifts. Okay. Who played a musical instrument? Who knows how to play a musical instrument? What do you know how to play?
The violin.
Violin. Viola. Okay. Who else plays an instrument? Who knows how to play an instrument? Brother McGee? What do you play? Trombone. Anybody else? Anybody played an instrument before? Gosh, I thought I'd have more hands in there. Go ahead, Sherry.
I played the clarinet a long time ago.
Well, I'm not saying I didn't want you to come strike up the band now, okay? Look at us. We get so hesitant, right? Who can play an instrument? What, you want me to play now? No, I don't want you to play now. I just thought, back in the day, played an instrument. Piano. I think everybody tried to play the piano. I got a couple lessons. I think we should start her. I think I'm going to quit. Okay, so anybody else? Instruments? Saxophone. I always wanted to play the drums. I'm surprised nobody said drums. I always wanted to play the drums. All right, is playing an instrument an ability or a gift? Now think about that for a second. I had depends, okay? Depends. What is it? There's another depends. Okay. What's the difference? I may have coordination skills, right? And that allows me to play and learn how to play an instrument. Go ahead.
I learned the ability to play the clarinet when I was in high school. But it wasn't a gift because I wasn't the best at it. I mean, I could do it, but I wasn't the best at it. It wasn't something natural for me to do. I practiced and worked at it, and I was decent. But I feel if it had been a gift, once I learned the basics, it would have just, taken off. It would have been, it would have become easy for me. I'd have had it in my hand all the time, and because I think that's how you discover giftedness. You might start something and then it just becomes easy.
Okay. All right, very good. Let me read from the book. Okay, what is God's giftedness? Here's what Dr. Bush says. Gifts may be defined as potential God predestined in you during your creation. Your gifts may be mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and or a combination of all these. Although some people have more gifts than others, everyone has several types of gifts. Now, abilities are skills you acquire from your family system and you accumulate throughout your life. I love telling stories. I can be up here, for 8 hours, I can tell you story after story and entertain you. Well, my dad could do the same thing. Now, is that a gift or an ability? Okay? Or is it a combination of, did I get that from my family system? Or did I learn that throughout a period of time? Now, I may have learned different methods, but at age 4, I could get up and make you laugh and joke around. And I'm 54, so 50 years I could do that. Now, how did that start? Did someone say, Steve, get up there and do this? Or did I just get up there and do it? Was it natural? Or did I have to go to the ACU to learn how to do that, D'Angelo? Or is it just something I just came about? Okay? I know how to juggle. How did I learn how to juggle? Was I born that way to learn how to juggle? Should I be in the circus? Should I do that? How did I learn how to juggle? Is it a gift? An ability? What do you think?
Gift is something that is naturally inherited. It's embodied in I've always quoted that my sister, at a very young age, she was drawn to a piano. Everywhere she goes, she would just naturally go to a piano. It was something natural, you know. I just think that things like that, it's inborn, it was natural, you have to train and develop it further. Something that you naturally have.
Okay, all right. Now, we're going to learn in chapter 5 a little bit more about that. But the last part I'm going to read on here, talents. So you have 3 gifts, abilities, and talents. Talents are a combination of your gifts and abilities coupled with your stewardship over your good services and wealth. Talents are used to make an increase in your life for the purpose of God. Although the talents in the Bible refer to money, they are not limited to money. They include financial and spiritual entrepreneurship of how you use your money and life for the purpose of God. Now, in chapter 5, if you turn your back books to chapter 5, one area that I was just going to share, and we'll be done with it, is the paragraph that starts off saying 5 signs of God's calling in your life. Okay? 5 signs of God's calling in your life. We're in chapter 5 signs of God's calling in your life. Now let me ask you a question. Let's be real quick. I had a person in the military that was a very artistic person, a graphic artist. She was just natural. She did great. Whenever we needed a flyer, what did you call it? You call that person. Why? Because they were good. Right? And she liked doing it. But after a while, when she was working on her 27th flyer, you know what she started doing? She started doing a bad job. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks. See, like I said, I can just talk for 8 hours, okay? But what I'm saying is, look, she was good at it. She liked doing it, but she started to get what? Overwhelmed. So what did she do? She started doing a bad job. And so next time they need a flyer, they pick, who do they pick? Wasn't her. So you know what she did? She goes, whoo, I got out of doing that. Now here's the question. How many of us have an ability and a talent, and you get to the point that you want to quit doing it? Why? Because you are good at it, you have the ability, you make God look good, but you know what? I don't want to give 100% to it. You know why? It's somebody else's turn to step up. You know how many church boards I've done? Not me, actually, but you know, has anybody ever said that? I'm an ace. You know, like the military people? I've done 100 boards, I'm an ace. Have you ever thought, well, I'm just going to screw on this board and they won't ask me to do another board again? Oh, man. I'm moving into a wrong area here. But think about this. I've done this. Man, Brother Billy, can you do one more video? You know what? Okay? But if that's your gift, if that's your ability, if that's your talent, and God gave it to you, what kind of steward are you if you fail to give 100%? What kind of steward are you if you fail to give 100%? These 5 signs, it says, first one, you are natural at it. Man, there's nobody like Brother McGee. He could do that blindfolded. Man, D'Angelo, man, he knocks it out of the park. There's nobody I would pick better than Sister Renfro to handle this job. Vernon's got it going on. Noreen White's at the top of my list. Sister Neil is the best. You're natural at it. And time is a clicking. You only have so much time in this world. What's the next one? You have a what? A passion for it. Man, I wake up in the morning. This is what I want to do. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have a passion for it. You're natural at it, and you have a passion for it. What's the next one? You're good at it. I mean, you're not an expert, but you're good at it. You make God look good. You're his child. He's your shepherd. And you fulfill the purpose. And finally, what's the last one? You love doing it. Actually, that's not the last one. You look at the next page, and the last one is you feel totally fulfilled in doing it. Have you ever just been fulfilled? Man, that's all. So what do we look at tonight? 23rd Psalm. I encourage you to read John chapter 10. We loved reading the word about God is my shepherd. And what do we learn about that? You have gifts, talents, abilities. You're natural at it. You're good at it. You love doing it. So my final question to you is, or my final encouragement is, get out and let's make God look good. Okay? Any questions? Any comments? I hope the class was helpful to you. And sorry, I didn't say it so long, but 23rd Psalm, but I thought it was great for us to just enjoy the Word of God for that long period of time. Appreciate your study. Read chapter 5. Brother Jackson will be with us on Sunday, and we'll go a little bit further into chapter 5. Vernon? John chapter 10. Read all of John chapter 10, especially toward the bottom end of that chapter. It talks about the shepherd, the good shepherd, and it leads us in that. So, chapter 5 for Sunday. Get a chance to say hi to Brother McGee, welcome him to the class, into the church, and hopefully get a chance to see him when we're in the house.